Hello, my beautiful friends. I am your friend Kevin, and this is your Divine Daily Blast, where I take tarot, numerology, the moon cycle, the Divine Master cards, and the angelic activation cards, along with my own isms, to bring you a reading that will start your day on the right foot. It contains a little bit of confirmation. It contains a little bit of the other side, being the non-physical side, who is doing their best to communicate with us on a regular basis. So what they bring to me, I bring to you. Let's get right to it. Here we go. I'm going to start with the numerology number 6. Now, as I said to you on Sunday, I pulled a kind of not intentional, a numerology deck from Mystic Mondays. This was authored by Grace Duong. Now, when I opened up this deck, there were 7 different 6s, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 8s, I think 9s, but there weren't that many of the master cards, which being 11, 22, and 33. So, taking a deeper dive, I thought, well, why is there 6 of them? 7 different well, because each numerology number brings you to either destiny, karmic, life path, all that stuff. I've chosen for this week to choose the angel numerology number assigned to this color violet, which is your destiny. So let me just start real quickly by explaining to you, your destiny number is called the expression number in numerology. It's sort of our life path number, our purpose, natural gifts, talents, processes, or I should say processes, while the life path number defines your life's purpose. It is the destiny number that decides how you choose the purpose, how you choose to pursue the purpose, if that makes sense. And this is a number 6. So if we use the numerology or angel numerology, number 6 is all about revising your plan. Being responsible, loving, compassionate, selfless. It's an indication to stop fretting. Refocus your thoughts on positive desires. I happen to believe now, having practiced law of attraction and mindfulness and meditation and calming, that getting in a flap about something doesn't really help. It just makes it more catastrophic, or at least horribilizes situations that doesn't need to be horribilized. I now know, through my new wisdom, to let it go and let life just unfold. Yes, some of these things are really unpleasant. Some of these things are really hard. There's definitely fear. But if I can then find a way to turn the love on, we're good to go. Now, the 6 in numerology, the 6 works with the 7 of swords, the ego, and the devil card, or the devil card. Now, the ego and the devil are the same card, just depending on what deck you're using. It's also about moon energy. You can work with Archangel Michael, Archangel Sandalphon, to get to the nitty-gritty of why you're fretting about something. This is about making choices that may or may not land properly. That's what a number 6 is. Look at things differently. Don't look down the pathway of things are running out and the hourglass is the sand in the hourglass is starting to run out. No. Because we really, at the soul level, aren't going to expire. We're going to keep going. So I'm hoping you get where the destiny kind of lands. Now, the card 6 of destiny is all about expressing your kindness and holding space for healing yourself. Being sweet, being sensitive, being kind. It's a blanket of comfort around you. It's holding space for people from all kinds of walks of life. A range of experiences and emotions that you carry in your heart, you carry in about yourself. So 6 is changing that up. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this deck or find something simple to land it on. You can let me know in the comments what you think. Maybe I'll do a separate video on my experience with these number cards, because, I think everything lands in our lap for a reason. But let's move on. The moon today, it's the last quarter moon, it's in Pisces. Now, this is from Yasmin Boland's astrological daily diary. Today brings the last quarter moon in the dreamy sign of Pisces, and you might be feeling conflicted between your heart and your head. Try to strike a balance between feelings and logic. That's kind of not easy to do. And sometimes these messages are a little, whoa, what is that like? We have to be logical, but then we also have these feelings that pop in. This is where I think second guessing comes into play. Here's a message from Haniel. She's the archangel of the moon. She's also really pivotal when it comes to our intuitive skills. As the grace of God, I can help you connect with your ability to manifest magic through the divine feminine. Your affirmation is, I am connected to the power of divine feminine. Harmony and magic fill my life. Now, these affirmations may not be the reality. And if you find yourself repeating these affirmations and right up underneath it comes a snarky comment, I've done that. I've been like, yeah, right. Yeah, I'm in this big old pit of problem. And you're telling me this. Yeah, Whatever comes up after it, whatever you truly feel, whatever feels comfortable for you, is actually what's going to land. So in order to change the narrative, we really do have to feel all these things. My isms. I am open and receptive to all the good and confidence in the universe. All the good and abundance in the universe, I should say. Although I read that as confidence, don't ask me why. I am an instrument of love and healing. This I know myself to be. What is an instrument of love and healing? Are you exercising it? It is a process, and it does take time and practice. Throughout my early years, I learned from different people. People I looked up to, people I maybe didn't know and wanted to look up to. And I learned the awkwardness of redemption, I should say, or revenge, I should say. I learned all that. I learned that people, when they get harmed or hurt, want to find a way to get back. They want to find a way to lash out. And then I think to myself, when I'm hurt and things are not going quite well, I may lash out. I may resent. I may feel slighted in a way. That is the opposite end of abundance, the opposite end of gratitude, the opposite end of living a really free, wonderful life. Slowly but surely, you replace those deep, dark, really deep-rooted thoughts and feelings with a happier, more joyful, lighter way of being. And before you know it, little by little, bit by bit, you get there. But it doesn't happen overnight. I am magnificent. How do you feel when you say that? Early in the 80s, probably around 88, 89, I was struggling. Probably in my mid to late 20s. I found Louise Hay on the suggestion of somebody I was in therapy with or in treatment with. And she talked about mirror work. We were at a seminar with one of her folks. She wasn't there. She had done her book tour. But she had also teamed up with a group of people who were doing love and relationship trainings, the LRT. And they all had these mirrors. We had to make these positive affirmations into the mirror. That was the most ridiculous and painful and difficult exercise, because I wasn't recognizing any of the things I was saying into the mirror. I wasn't. It was not landing. Who knew that some 30 plus years later, probably closer to 40, no, 30 plus is good, that I was actually doing it again and remembering it. And it was like, you know what? This is not as bad as you think it should be. Full circle. Those seeds that were planted decades prior were flourishing and growing. And now, in the past 3, 4, 5, 6 years, certainly from pandemic land, I've landed on, look what I have done, look what I can do, look what I'm about to do, and my story isn't over. It is magnificent. So I pass these things on to all of you, a little bit of my own life course, digging into my own past, to let you know that, I've taken not exactly wrong turns, although at the time they were like, what in the world did I do that for? But lessons. The lessons about poverty. It's a consciousness. It's not a reality. I'll say that one more time. For me, my lesson is that poverty, lack, is a consciousness. It isn't a reality. Because I can now find multitude of things, situations that are truly abundant, that I am truly grateful for, that I am blessed by. Very simple things. A week or two ago, we had several days of torrential rain, and I was glorious about it because we'd had the same amount of weeks without any rain. And the grass was beginning to look parched and the ground was sort of struggling to do it. And I felt I shouldn't really be running the sprinkler because that's wasting water. It's a valuable resource. So I sort of went to the gods and said, oh, we need some rain. Come on. The grass needs some help. Flowers need some help. The animals need some help. And then woof, there it came. So I felt like, oh Lord, my prayers, my little affirmations have been answered. Our angel activator this week is the Holy Amethyst. Just what I've been saying, framing it perfectly. We are the light. I am the light of hope into the world. These videos, just like that. A light bulb into lightness. And then Hilarion. Divine emergence. Be seen, let the world know your gifts. Now, Hilarion is one of these divine masters that's not really spoken of much. Now, the green in the card signifies to me a little bit like Archangel Raphael, the healing archangel. I think maybe because of the green, I don't know. But Hilarion was known as a great Saint Hilarion, master healer. From the temples of Atlantis, and he's had incarnations in ancient Egypt and beyond. And in this last incarnation, Hilarion was born to pagan parents in the land of Syria around the 4th century. He studied in Alexandria, Egypt, and he converted to Christianity. And I would imagine at the time, most people were being indoctrinated into some form of religious following. It's said that from the moment he converted to Christianity, he dedicated his life to spiritual pursuits. When he was around 15, he'd heard about the miracles of St. Anthony. So he took off to a desert hermitage for 2 months. He wanted personal space, but the hermitage was really, really, really busy. So he went back home, and after his parents had passed away, he gave up all his worldly possessions and then retreated to a cave in the wilderness. Hilarion spent the majority of his life away from humanity because he was highly sensitive. He picked up the energies of those who came close to him. And it's been reported that those who came to his cave experienced miracles, including barren women becoming pregnant, people overcoming mental and health challenges. So now Hilarion Soul helps light workers embrace their gifts and emerge from the cave of their sensitivity. So this week, he's blessing us with his energy, with his gifts, with his presence. So you may be feeling overly sensitive to the plight of others. You may feel called to want to heal them in some way. Now the message really is clear. Come out of hiding. Be seen. You've taken some time to retreat and recharge now. All that's been beneficial to you. May have felt like you could sleep for weeks. I know I certainly have. You're emerging somebody that you may or may not recognize. You've overcome so much. And you've done it in the face of peace, in the face of love, in the face of beauty. And it's time to emerge. Don't get too comfy. Don't fall into old ways of being, because the old ways of being is keeping you hidden. It's keeping you in fear. It's keeping you in persecution. It's keeping you in judgment. It's making you feel you shouldn't be doing this. None of us were born to suffer in this lifetime. We were created for a purpose, to surmount challenges, embrace the gifts that we're sharing with other people. Equally, no one is above anyone else. Not at all. Once you've learned your lessons, once you've got the gift, once you've sort of plugged into it, then you go off on your missions, if you will. You find other teachers. You find other modes to support you. Louise Hay today says, I plan vacations for myself in order to rest my mind and body. I return home relaxed and refreshed. Now, it might seem like, well, how does that even play into this? It's a balance. Whenever you find yourself being pulled into drama, chaos, crazy, take yourself off on a vacation. Change the narrative. Look through a different window. Taking yourself away physically from an environment that you've been in, like literally 100 miles or more, actually shifts your physicalness. Our tarot card today is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands represents heavy burdens, overwhelming responsibilities, and stress that comes from reaching the final stages of a project or a goal. It signifies carrying a massive workload, often to the point of exhaustion, but it also assures us that the finish line is in sight. Now, we can see it from this reflection. Not quite as heavy as it would seem. Like, yep, I've done the work. I've tried my best and I feel a little bit depleted. Well, this figure in the image also suggests it's lifted. It's also suggesting that we look into our own reflection and remind ourselves how far we've come. It's also a reminder we have to get into our strengths and let us know we are really perfect. Oh, there's the card from the fairies. I thought that was going to happen. Confidence. Now, how lovely is this? The holy amethyst with that deep purple, the green, it's all lining up. With confidence, you can achieve and do anything with anyone. And confidence is really quite attractive to other people. Whenever we see somebody who confidently says, I'm going to take this road, that road, or the other road, we want to follow what they're doing because they seem to have their act together, even though at the time it may not seem like it, or they may not feel like it. Wear confidence like a crown. Rise above any occasion. Being confident magnetizes positive situations to you, and believe in yourself. Look in the mirror. Do the mirror work. You're magnificent. That is confidence in itself. That's confidence to keep going. I look at different interviews, different lawmakers, different news people, not to get into the drama llama cycle of nonsense, because it doesn't make sense to me. And what I hear back is a lot of finger pointing, a lot of blame, a lot of shame, a lot of they did. Where is that getting anybody? It isn't. If there's some things you cannot do anything about, don't. Just leave it alone. If there's some way, shape or form in the physical realm of your life that you can do something about, or you can help, a friend reaches out and says, listen, my friend needs this, whatever it is they need, bonus, vote, money, prize, what have you, and they're looking for votes. Sure, go right ahead. Doesn't cost a lot except time. You get your energy behind it. You tell your fairies, your non-physical people. I like to call them non-physical because I do believe that they really exist. And there was a time where I would never have told people that. There was a time where if I would go on one of those, what they call them, exposés, psychic fairs, those things, don't like them. I did them in the 90s. They didn't work for me. I always felt like a little bit of a fraud because I felt like I could see these things and hear these things and know these things. Why couldn't they do it? Someone taught me, or at least someone uncovered it. It's there. Got covered up with what we learned. Coming out with confidence does not mean you're cocky. Doesn't mean you get into the ego of everything. This is what this card is. Shed that. Release it. Confidence means I'm going to show you how I rose up. Rising up, that's success. It's not failure, it's success. Took a wrong turn, sit quiet. Took a wrong turn, sit quietly. Go inward. How can I solve this problem? And if you can't, give it up to the non-physical. I know you're listening. I know you're helping me get this sorted out. And I trust me. Somehow or another it will. All right, that's it from me for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.